Welcome, everybody. Yeah! Welcome back to TJ Warren TV for another weekly transfer news show. So as you guys can see, I'm all alone. And that's because I was gonna do this big reveal with Connor, but Connor's laptop is messing up. So right now you just get me. But in a few minutes, you are going to get the mystery guest. But before we get into the mystery guest, I want people in the chat to guess who it is.
You get me too. You don't leave me out for too long.
He's here now.
You can hear me. You can hear me, yeah? You can hear me.
What? Yeah, we can hear you now.
Thank God for that.
Connor's laptop was going all crazy. We couldn't hear him in the back. It was nuts. It was chaos. But Connor, you messaged me this morning, so midday UK, and you said, you know what? I got this guy. He wants to come on. And I'm like, I've been wanting this guy to come on the channel for a long time. It just hasn't worked out.
Yeah.
It just hasn't worked out. So I'm asking the chat to guess who it is. You guys know him. Like everybody in the chat knows him.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
who he hasn't been on the show before.
No,
it's not Airpod Albert.
No, it's not Airpod Albert.
No, it's not Airpod Albert. And like I said in the chat, President Biden turned me down.
Again.
So again.
Yeah.
I don't understand. He's a busy guy.
Absolute legend.
I don't get it.
He's an absolute. You might see him on Lee Gunner's watch-alongs. You may have seen him on Lee Gunner's watch-alongs, and he's an absolute legend in my opinion. What a great guy. And he runs his own channel called The Fight Week Show, which is amazing content, by the way. And he works really hard on it. He's an absolute legend, and I think you might as well introduce him.
Are we ready?
Let's
Everybody welcome all into the channel. Yes.
We here, God damn it. We are here. What are you, man, saying, man? Salute to all of you, man. Big up for that wonderful introduction, TJ and Connor. Salute to you, man. Thank you for having me on the show, man. We've been trying to put it together for a minute,
right?
But my scheduling is mad, and I apologize for that, but you know, what I mean?
Worries,
but the main thing is we're here, man, talking Arsenal, but I see the chat going crazy.
No, they're going nuts. No, it's not Gunner Source. It's way better. Yeah, Allah. Yes. See, they're losing their minds for you, man. And so am I. Like I said, like this is I was in the chat with all of these degenerates watching you guys, you and Lee for years. And now to get you on my channel, it's an honor, man. It's a pleasure. It's so much fun. And yeah, like if we can make it work out, let's make it a regular thing because I like chopping it up with you. I've been watching you on Tony's channel too. So it's a pleasure. I'm glad it got to work out. So yeah, best guess yet. That's what I'm saying. Hey, don't say that. Jez is in the chat, guys. Come on. Jez is a legend. Come on.
I love Jez, man. Big up Jez, man.
We all love Jez.
Big up. All right, guys. We haven't talked in a week. I feel like I haven't been online since the last American Idiot show. It's just been crazy with work. And if you guys see me looking to the side, it's because I got a work call like right before this. So if I need to drop suddenly, Connor's in charge of the boat as usual. Right. So if I seem a little bit distracted, I am, but that's not on purpose. All right, guys. Let's get into what is going on around Arsenal. So there's a couple of things I want to talk about. We can get into transfers. There was a question I think Carl put into the chat earlier around, where are we at on the Declan Rice deal? I also want to get into the lineup that Arsenal are bringing to America, which I am absolutely fuming about. Yeah. Connor credit is Steve.
It's not great.
So yeah, let's go to Ola first. Ola, so what do you think about the Arsenal's transfer window thus far? Obviously it's looking like we're getting Declan Rice across the line. Havertz was announced, and he's, he met Win yesterday, guys. He met the dog yesterday. He's feeding the dog. He's walking the dog around London Colney, so he's getting into it. But we have not gotten Rice. Like last I think I saw on Instagram, Rice is out training.
He's in Portugal.
Rice is training in like Portugal with Rafael Leao. Like, why isn't he with the team? Why is he not there yet? Ola, what do you think, man?
Look, just to answer the question that you asked initially what I think of the transfer so far. It's been good. It's been earlier than I'm used to. That's for sure. I can't believe we've gotten deals with the prices and the quality of the players that we've gotten in as quickly as we've done it. Now, the only bone of contention of all of those transfers has been Kai Havertz. He's been the one that a lot of Arsenal fans hasn't really been over the moon about, if you like. It's not the one that that's really excited people, and for good reason, because we've been sat here for the last 2-3 seasons with him and Finding Nemo, Timo Werner, with him and Finding Nemo trying to find the net, So it's been difficult, like seeing him play, and then we go and pay that much money for him. 65 million is a hefty amount of money, and I really, really hope that Arteta knows what he's doing with that signing. But with Timber, with Rice, those two signings I'm really, really excited about. It's obviously getting our number one target hasn't been something that Arsenal has been able to pull off. Edu specifically, yes, I'm talking to you, Edu. Not being able to pull it off, over a number of seasons. So pulling this one off in the way that it's been done, is remarkable business. And I know West Ham is all moaning and crying about how long we're taking to complete these deals with the small print, and our lawyers are looking for the last word and the last phrase and the last abbreviation to put in the contract. West Ham, relax. Yeah, the windows open. We're 3 weeks into the window, man. You know what I mean? Relax on yourself. Yeah. They look, at the end of the day, remember towards the end of last transfer window in January, they were talking about don't piss West Ham off because they got all these competitions going. Towards the end of the season, we then approached again. They say, all right, you know what, piss off. We got this European thing that we're looking at, right? So we've been waiting, bro. We've been waiting.
Yeah.
Who can play that game too? They can wait. You know what? When the ball is firmly in your court, everybody knows Rice wants to play for Arsenal. He don't want to go nowhere else. He's done it with City, chosen us again with Bayern. No club is coming in at this time to try and steal this deal. So West Ham can bloody chill. You know what I mean? I like West Ham as a club. You know what I mean? They're one of my favorite London clubs, if you like. The total order goes from there to, I can just about tolerate Palace. Just about, and that's because of how much of a bogey team they've been to us. But look, the business, the one that I'm really, really intrigued about, because the other two guys, we see them in the league week in, week out, and I'm not one of these guys that profess to watch other leagues. Anybody that knows me will hear me say all the time, I don't care what you've done in other clubs. I don't care what you've done anywhere else. And I'm giving the same grace to Havertz in this case. I don't care what you've done. But once you put my shirt on, once you're wearing my shirt, I'm judging from there, bro. I'm looking at you. I got magnifying glasses on you. And you will get the right judgment from me. I don't go flaky. You get the right judgment from me. And I'm gonna give Havertz that grace. It's just we've seen him in the Chelsea team for so long, and you just don't know what you're gonna get with him. But yeah, so far so good. I'm more now at this point now looking towards the outgoings. I want to see what the outgoings is gonna look like to give us a clearer picture of exactly what we're working with. So so far so good.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. The big thing for me, and again, I'm going to start sounding super positive here. So sorry, guys. Sorry. Until these guys, I agree with all. Until these guys give me a reason to slag them off, I'm not going to do it. Like, am I thrilled about Kai Havertz coming into the club? Absolutely not. I'm not. I think it's underwhelming. It doesn't necessarily make sense. We talked about this with Flawless the other day. Like, until I'm given a reason to be angry, about it, I'm not going to be angry about it. The one thing that I'm frustrated about is that I don't know where Kai Havertz plays, especially if Rice and Party if Rice gets over the line and Party stays, then where does he necessarily fit in? And we're paying this guy over 300 bags a week. So we got to play him. We got to play him. That's way too much money. Guys, the guy is making more than Bukayo Saka. And for a fact that Bukayo Saka is going to produce more than Kai Havertz. So the wage differences, and where he actually fits in kind of blows my mind. Really does blow my mind. What do you think, Connor, about that?
What about the Havertz stuff?
Yeah, about Havertz. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think you sort of said it before. Like, again, I'm always willing to give a player a chance. I never want to just rip into him as soon as he comes into the club. Like, even when Willian arrived, I remember not a lot of fans were that excited because, he's coming to the end of his career. I was like, you know what, let's give him a shot. He was all right for his first game, but then we all know how it went from there, went all downhill. So I'm always happy to give a player a shot. And the fact that it was Mikel's first signing, very clear and evident that you wanted him. Mm-hmm. You've just sort of got to back him in. At the end of the day, I don't want a player to come to Arsenal and have the feeling that no one likes him and not the fans are going to back him. We're going to have to back him. I want to back him. And but you gotta produce at the end of the day. If you don't produce, then that's when the fans turn on you, and it's fact. And so hopefully he can live up to the expectation. He's had more than enough Premier League experience. I don't know if the 300 grand is completely true. It might be. I'm not too sure, but I don't.
I looked at Transfer Market the other day. Let me look.
Is it confirmed? If it's confirmed, then Jesus, that's mad. But then, he'll definitely start. But
yeah, if I'm wrong, correct me in the chat. I'm totally fine with being wrong.
But either way, he's got to produce, and he's had enough years in the Prem. Yeah, he wasn't that great at Chelsea, especially the last season, pretty much even the season before. There's always the question about where is he actually going to play? Is he going to play a number 9 role? Is he going to play a number 10 role? I mean, the fact that we've now got 4 attacking midfielders and possibly a striker going out the door, whether that's either Nketiah or Balogun, he probably might play a false 9. So it'll be interesting to see what Arteta does with him. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts tomorrow because he has been doing training with the team. He's been with them for a while. It'll be interesting to see over pre-season where Mikel really wants to play him because I think that's where we're going to see. He's just got to live up to it. And I'm never going to put the price on the player. Like, he can't control the price. 65 million. That's not his choice. He wanted to come to the club. He came to the club. The whole fee side's not his problem. So all he's got to do is he's been chosen to come here. He's obviously going to be a starter. Let's keep it real. And probably means a midfielder going to go out the door like maybe Thomas Partey. He's got to perform. And that's what he's been brought in to do. So that's all I can say. And if he doesn't, then sorry, you're not going to have many supporters behind you. So, And quickly going back onto what Ola said earlier about, West Ham getting a bit impatient and all that. You can't forget, this is 100 million plus. This is not, we say that, it is growing every single day, but this is not an everyday sort of money that you dish out. It's a lot of money. And I don't think fans have really grabbed that, how much money this is going to be. It's a lot of money. Timber, that's taken a bit of a long time. I'm not going to lie that because we've had the whole medical confirmed and all that for a week now, and that he's still not being announced. I have a funny feeling that Arsenal are going to do it too at the same time because they love the PR stunt. But with Rice, it's a lot of money, and it is our record transfer fee. I wouldn't really blame a club for taking this much time. And like Ola said, back in January, West Ham took forever with it. We're now sort of doing it back to them. So what? Enjoy it. Have what you want. At the end of the day, you're getting £100 million. Be grateful. Literally, you're getting the money. It's not like we've scammed you for something little. Even though we shouldn't really be paying £100 million for Declan Rice. That is what he's valued at. Just wait. It is what it is. The whole point is waiting. And I know a lot of Arsenal fans getting impatient. I get that. I'm getting a bit impatient myself because I want to see the player in an Arsenal shirt. I'm sick of all this speculation. Oh, now the lawyers are involved. He's not going to join Arsenal. He's joining Arsenal. It's just a fact of maybe a couple of days. And but it's just about time, isn't it? Listen. And
can I just quickly piggyback off what you just said there as well, real quick, before TJ, if you don't mind, TJ.
Go on, man.
Connor saying there that it's a lot of money and people don't understand. I don't even think it's the money thing. I just think it's an Arsenal thing. Arsenal could do this with El Nene, bruv. Like it don't matter. You know what I mean?
Did
Arsenal
I
could
Xhaka? Did I
Yeah.
Xhaka?
it's literally an Arsenal thing. This is how we do business. You know, we take forever to announce shit. We take forever to do everything. That's why I'm so surprised getting these deals over the line in the first three is shocking to me because I'm not used to it. But usually this is our MO. We wait and we drag our feet and we drag our feet on everything, bro. When it comes to these commercial deals and you know, the only thing they don't drag their feet around is putting the ticket prices out. You know what I mean? I'm pulling out the shirts and the merches and that. They don't drag their feet on that, you know. But when
they probably should have drugged their feet a little bit and done a quality check on that authentic shirt before sending it out with 32 of the results out of the 38.
You know, so this is just the Arsenal thing, people, and
Yeah.
it will get done. It will get announced. Arsenal just being Arsenal right now, man. So everybody just chill, keep enjoying the summer. Hot days are about to come in. You know what I mean? Kick back.
Yeah, for sure. And just I did spot check it. So Kai, according to GiveMeSport.com, okay, this is published July 2nd. He is going to be earning £7 million or 17 million pounds per year at Arsenal, which
I want to say something about that as well.
331 bags a week. Go ahead, Ola.
Yeah, I want to say
Kai
something
Havertz, by the way, people. That's Kai Havertz. Go ahead.
I want to say something about that as well. And this is something that's been getting on my nerves for years. I've spoken about it. Me and Chig used to break this down. God rest his soul. Chig. We used to talk about this. Like, how many times do anybody worry about how much De Bruyne is getting paid? Do you know how much De Bruyne is getting paid per week? If you don't look it up, do you know how much Aguero was getting paid? If you don't look it up, does anyone know how much David Silva was getting paid? Can you see where I'm going here? If you're a good player and you do your job and your quality that we bought you for, nobody will give a fuck how much you earn.
Thanks.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nobody will care how much you run. It really comes down to that. If you do your job and you present the quality that we bought you for, and the only reason people are always fixated on player wages and this and that is because they never really were pulling up. Who cared about how much Alexis Sanchez was getting paid when he was playing for us? You know, nobody gave a fuck about that because I pay my money to go and see that brother every other week, whenever I could go and watch him. That's how much I didn't care how much I was paying either. I used to remember, you know, getting taxis from London all the way back to Northampton after I've missed the train because I got so drunk at the pub with all the Arsenal fans after watching a fantastic game, which Alexis Sanchez just probably just dragged the team along across the line and just did some crazy stuff. So for me, if a player comes in, does what he's supposed to do, I promise you won't be going around Google looking for how much he gets paid a week. You just want the player to be at your club doing what he does every week. So, and that's the club I want us to be. That's where I want us to, you know, to look. Nobody cares how much Haaland is getting paid a week. No one gives a fuck. You know why? Because he's bagging the goals. He's doing the Lord's work. That's the sort of player.
As long as you're doing your job, no one's gonna.
Yeah, nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna care. No, but that's the thing is, it's like it's easy to be critical when we're paying these guys and they don't do it. That's why I think a lot of us were upset. You know, you're exactly right. A lot of us were upset that Eddie Nketiah got 1,400 bags a week, and we're just kind of like, okay, this guy scored 4 goals, so we're paying him £25,000 per goal per week over a 38 game season. Like when you're doing that kind of math, you're just like, you know what? Oh, that's like me showing up once a month to my job. And they're just like, oh yeah, no, you're good. You know, that's kind of like what I equated to. I'm like, holy shit. But anyway, yeah, no, I guess enough on that. You know, it's one of those things where, yes, you're exactly right. Like it takes Arsenal so long, but where I get a little worried, and big up United Spurs of America, big up Jacob. Big up everybody in the chat, by the way. Smash the likes if you're new. Make sure you're subbing. to me, TJ Warren TV, and all of the Fight Week show. Make sure you are subbing to him right now. One of the biggest, easily the biggest guest we've ever had midweek. That's all I'm going to say.
100%.
Anyway, but yeah, so getting back to that, yes, we are taking a little bit longer to get these incomings over the line. What worries me, Ala, and I've been saying this over and over and over again. Why is Sambi Lakanga still here? Why is Rob Holding coming to America? Why is Carl Hine coming to America and playing in the MLS All-Star game? Why is Fabio Vieira not in the gym, but he is coming to America? What do you think about the fact that we have not gotten a lot of the deadwood out of this club? Is it a thing where we're seeing what they can do in the preseason and then we're going to ship them off? Like, what do you think? Is this just another example of Arsenal going slow and hopefully we'll be not watching Rob Holding and he's playing in Turkey next season?
For me, this is classic Arsenal.
Okay.
It's what they usually do, but at the same time, some of these players, I want to say we're trying a little bit better from what I've seen. From what I've seen, they're trying a little bit better to try and get value for our players now. And I've not getting that amount of money for Granit Xhaka, I was a little bit surprised. Like, okay, you know what? For 30-year-old and we're getting that type of money, then that's representing good business. But at the same time, we've torn up a lot of contracts over the years, at least over the last couple seasons, and now it's time to really start making that bank account great again. And that needs to be done. We need to make good sales. I want to see good sales. I want to see players go out for decent amount of money, and that will make us, I feel, it may be a little bit more competitive in the transfer market when it's all said and done. Which is why I said I'll get a better picture of how we're doing in the transfer window once I see the outgoings, and not just the outgoings, but how much we're recouping on those players. And for me, maybe one game time might serve them right. A couple games in the preseason might help with the sale. Who knows? Obviously, come start of the season, I don't want to be seeing these players in my first 17. And I'm talking my bench as well. You know, those players, Zambis, the Robot, I don't want to be seeing them on my bench. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't sell them, ship them down to under 21s. Let them go. You know what I mean? Until they decide to go or go out on loan, or put Lokonga on another loan if that's what's required. But I don't want those guys within the squad come first game of the season. I really do want them gone. But right now, I like what we've done so far. The other side of it, getting rid of players, I need to see. And it's not, like I said, it's not just about getting rid of players, but I want to see good value brought in for those players as well.
I agree. Do you think, okay, so Connor, do you think that the likes of Jesus Ferreira, the MLS All-Star, is going to have a field day against Rob Holding? Do I get, and this is, I'm transitioning here a little bit to the Dross roster that we have coming to the United States. I paid $170. Yeah. And I get to watch Christian Benteke absolutely serve up Rob Holding.
Not even, I don't think Messi's even being announced.
No, he's not. He hasn't been announced for. He hasn't officially been announced for. He is in Miami, but he hasn't been officially announced. I don't know if he's even going to be there. But but I'm really just,
yeah.
Why are these guys here still? That's my question. Why are they here? We know what time it is with Rob Holding, guys. This is not like a subject that
Rob
needs to
Holding reminds me of Jenkinson, bro. I swear to God, it gives me Jenkinson
I
vibes.
see
bro.
behind the scene clips of like when they come back in for training and they film him. He's literally just having a banter with Arteta. I tell you what, Rob Holding ain't getting sold. He's Arteta's like sort of man on the side. He's like his secondary, in all honesty. He's like his secondary. He will not get rid of him because he's an Arsenal boy. He's been here for what, 6 years now? Or 7 years? Probably longer than that, actually. Like he will. I guarantee. We'll probably sell someone like Cedric, maybe the likes of Sambi. Maybe even Pepe, if we can even get a deal out of him. But we will not sell Rob Holding. No way. He is Arteta's right-hand man, the way I look at it. Oh, what's up, boss? You're right. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. It's that kind of...
So you're saying he's a teacher's pet, yeah?
Literally, that's what I'm thinking of it as. And I don't get Rob Holding. If I'm looking at it and thinking, right, but then again, he's on a big paycheck for Arsenal. Well, let's be real. Why would he want to leave? I was about to say, would he want to play regular football somewhere? But then again, he's probably happy just to receive the money and watch American football with his missus. Because that's what he does. He watches the NBA, and that's it. You don't offer anything for the team. We can get a way better backup for him, because if we're going back into this season again why do we need 5 centre backs in Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, Kivior, and Holding? Why do we need 5? We don't need 5. And I'd rather personally have Kivior over Holding, because Holding's crap. He is, and everyone can go back and say, "Oh, he had a good game against Liverpool last season." Blah blah. He'll have one good game in about every season. That'll be one good game, and that'll be it. I guarantee you, if he didn't have that good of a game against Chelsea in that FA Cup final, when him and Diego Costa went head to head, I guarantee you, if he didn't have a good game, he'd have been gone. He would have been gone. I mean, it's just why can't we just? Do you know what? I know we love terminating contracts at Arsenal, even though I'm one thought I want to sell the players. I would happily just terminate his contract. What? He doesn't need to be here. He's just another player on the wage bill that's earning money. That doesn't need to be a nice guy, but nice guy doesn't win you trophies. Being a nice guy in the team with all smiles and just sitting there isn't going to win you trophies. We need better than that. If we want to move on as a club, which I think we're beginning to do with the likes of Declan Rice, I think if we're going to be starting to move like a bigger club, we've got to get rid of Rob Holding and all the other dross. And I think, if I'm correct, Cedric is on that plane as well. El Nenny's on that plane. I thought he was retiring.
You want to hear the full roster?
Yeah, go on.
I'll just list it off real quick.
Goaltenders:
Runnerson, Hine, Ramsdale. Runnerson. What?
Runnerson.
Where's Matt Turner? Is he?
Turner's probably resting from all the international stuff he's been doing.
Big up Mama Flossie.
Big up everybody in the chat. Big up Mama Flossie. Everybody's here. All the legends are here. We got 20 inside. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Defenders: Holding, White, Tomiyasu, Saliba, Walters, Trusty, Zinchenko, Tierney, Magalhaes, Suarez, and Kiwior. Midfield: Odegaard, Elneny, Jorginho, Havertz, Lewis Skelly, Ethan Nwaneri, and Fabio Vieira, and Thomas Partey.
He's still here. Ethan Nwaneri's still here.
Yep.
Jesus, he had one game because he was 16 or 15.
Why is Austin Trusty? He's an American.
That's exactly why he's here. He's
probably going to start. He's probably going to start.
He's gone. Who are we playing last? Barcelona. What after that last preseason game, TJ? He's gone. He is absolutely out. Because there'll be some. There'll be some. Where did he come from? Colorado Rapids. There'll be some Colorado Rapids fans. They'll probably turn up to some of the games. Oh my God, it's Trusty. We love him. That's exactly why they've brought him. That is.
Here's the thing, though, is that he wasn't even that good when he was at Rapids. That's the thing. We sucked.
Hold on. That's the 6th centre back we've got. I've just forgotten about him. That's how no one knows about him. He's the 6th centre back.
I think there's a solution for all of this. I think Stan needs to invest in another MLS team, and we can siphon our players to all these other secondary teams like Man City and Chelsea, and they all do that shit.
Yeah. Chelsea,
all of them do it.
Strasbourg.
They all don't want players. They just siphon them to their sister clubs where they're also making money, and wash the money that way. You know what I mean? That's what they do. That's what all these billionaires didn't just get to be billionaires without, you know what I mean? Stan needs to go and get one of them teams over there and and just shift all the Lokongas, all the Rob Holdings, all the El Nenes, shift them over there. You know what I mean?
So much dross in this.
They're not good enough for Colorado Rapids. That's the problem.
What's the attacker saying, TJ?
The attackers. Gabriel Jesus, Leandro Trossard, Reese Nelson, Flo Balogun, Gabriel Martinelli, Eddie Nketiah, Marquinhos, and Bukayo Saka. So hopefully I get to see Bukayo Saka. That's really the thing.
Yeah.
Like, he's my favorite Arsenal player. I just want to see Bukayo Saka. Cheeky 45 minutes, run him out,
I reckon,
but he's not even playing in the
I reckon you'll see Declan Rice. I reckon you'll see Declan Rice, TJ. I'd be very.
You think they're going to reveal him out here?
Well, they'll either reveal him or they'll play him, because I'd be very surprised that they're that stupid to not play him in pre-season. Because let's be real, Arteta.
One of the reasons why we got him in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. Arteta specifically said he wanted his incomings done before pre-season, and all over Twitter, because apparently there's loads of Twitter masterminds, that Timber was meant to be announced today because he's apparently going to get some minutes tomorrow for Nürnberg or whoever are playing. So he's clearly it's a bit no worries. Yeah, it'd be clearly a bit pathetic to bring in Declan Rice this early, as it is the beginning of pre-season, to not play him in pre-season. So I do reckon you'll see him. I don't reckon, because we've got Nürnberg. I don't even know what's our fixture list for this.
Nürnberg, and then you got MLS All-Stars, who are going to be a gargantuan task for these second-tier people.
He'll even be there.
We got United,
Barcelona,
Monaco.
So
but Monaco, you don't play Monaco.
That's
Monaco the Emirates Cup.
I was there last season for the Emirates Cup, actually, because it's actually a cheap game you can get to go, and it's just another. Do you know what? It was a laugh, actually, because the team did smash Sevilla. To be fair, we smashed them like 5-6-0 last year. Yeah. And I was having a blast. I was loving it. I was around all the Arsenal fans. We were having a bit of a laugh with it, to be fair. It's a bit of a laugh, but again, just another trophy that was made because I think of the sponsor. I don't know. But Declan Rice will 100% either be there for that United game or he'll be there for the MLS All-Stars. I'd put my money on it. Unfortunately, TJ, I think he'll be there for the Man United game. Because I think Arteta really wants to get out of his team and start playing them now. Because he's got his 3 players. If we do get another player, it will probably be way down the line, maybe in August, because we now know outgoings are the priority for Arsenal. Because I've seen it. It's facts. This is exactly what I said at the beginning of the transfer window. We do not have a war chest of 500 million like Chelsea do. We have a budget of 200, which is what we have every season. We've spent that. We spent a bit more of it, actually. I think we're on about 210, 205. I saw a report the other day. I think even Edu said it. They want a right-sided attacker, from what I've seen in reports, which we do need, whether it's a striker or whether it's on the wing, even though we've just signed Reece Nelson, which makes no sense. What the report said, we need to sell because we don't have. Well, we do. Well, no, say that, but no, we do have the money, but we don't have access to spend it on transfers. We don't because Stan doesn't or Josh doesn't want to give it over to us or whatever the situation is. We've got it, but we don't spend it because our budget is 200 million every single season. We've now got to sell to make it back. We've just made 25 mil off Xhaka. We've made 4.5 off Pablo Mari. That's just 29. No, it was 21 from Xhaka, sorry. 21 million. 25 was in euros. 21 million pounds from Xhaka. I think it was about 4 million, 3.5 from Pablo Mari. That's just the beginning. And now, and Carl Rogers just brought up, Pepe, I don't think we can apparently even get a deal for him. We might have to let our current record signing, because Declan Rice hasn't been announced yet, we might have to let our record signing get terminated.
They're going to terminate it. I'm going to play spoiler alert. They will terminate it.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that nuts? Because we can't sell him. And now this is where we're going to see Edu be Edu. Because it's all well and good. Because let's be real. If we look at it logistically, the signings that we've brought in, majority of the time are the signings that Arteta wants. Most of the time. Edu's good, in my opinion, at bringing in the players. It's the outgoings that, excuse my language, he's shit at. He can't sell. He can't. Look at the past. I think we've actually made more money now currently than what we sold last season, if I'm correct. We've already just by selling Xhaka. Doesn't that say a lot, in my opinion, from what we've done last season and the season? I think we sold even more the season prior to that. Edu can't sell players. So that's why I'm just hoping and praying that because he's had a good first start, finish it. Do the finishing line. Get the rest out. I don't even understand why we're bringing Cedric, El Neni, Holding, all these players on pre-season. Why are we training them when we don't even want them to be here? We're literally playing them in matches, even though we don't want them to be in the squad for next season. Why are they here? Why is El Neni here? He's literally put up a training academy, which he is running, by the way, How are you going to run a training? I know he's got a load of team around him. How are you going to run a training academy, but also play for one of the biggest clubs in England? I know he don't get a lot of game time.
I think we're paying for El Nene's badges just like we did with Arteta. So I think that's what's going on with El Nene. Why he's not at the club? I did hear something about that
all over Twitter. Ola, El Nene, he plays for the badge. He's Arsenal's man. You know, he comes on, he does the job. El Nene ain't that great. Why does everyone now think because he's been here for 7 years?
I was talking about his coaching badges though.
Oh, his coaching badges. Yeah, well, yeah. You know what? Probably because that's the thing.
And paying for his coaching badges, and that's why he's still at the club.
And now he's probably, how long has he been in that? He's been here for about 7 years now. He's
7 years, yeah.
7 years.
31, 32 now. Yeah. And it's now a situation where I now look at, now this is what I mean. You look at,
and he's fragile too.
It's not even that. It's just he's not what we need. And now we've got Jorginho. We've still got Partey. We've now got Declan Rice. There's 3 DMs. Why do we need this 4th DM? Maybe if we had Declan Rice coming already, maybe El Nene might not be it. Maybe that's the reason why. But I just
El Nene will retire at the club.
That's what I mean. Now, Ola, that's what I mean. You look at Holding, how we haven't scorched him off yet. He's going to be the next El Nene. He's probably going to be here till he retires. Like he might probably be, even though I think they might be coming up to the same age. He might be the Phil Jones of Man United, Rob Holding.
Oh God,
seriously, he might be the Phil Jones. But the point I'm trying to get here is, why are we bringing these players on pre-season when they've even been in reports that we're looking to sell them? Why are they here when we're looking to sell them? Why
put them in the shop window? That's all I can.
What's there to shop for? Oh, look, there's Cedric. He looks great. Why would I want to buy Cedric Suarez? No offense to him. And do you know what? Fair play to him on social media. He's got the bollocks to put on social media. Oh, I can't wait for this new season. I'm going to work so hard. Cedric, bro, you're not getting into the team, mate. You're not getting into the team. You're not. I'm sorry, bro. I appreciate your enthusiasm. Great guy from what you come across as, but you're not getting into Arsenal's team. You're not. So let that dream slide, and we'll send you back to Fulham. There we go.
No, I agree. And Jaminho says we still need another 2 midfielders, in my opinion, for every midfielder to sell it. Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Oh, yeah. If you look at it, if you sell it.
If you look at it, yeah, absolutely. I agree with Jaminho. The what we have in reserve is not near good enough for Premier League and Champions League. I still disagree vehemently with anybody who says we need a new keeper. We do not need a new keeper.
I believe we need a new keeper.
You think we need a new keeper?
I believe we need a top class keeper. I'm pissed off that we've let United have a free run at Onana. Because and this is my gripe with it. Not because I don't think Turner's good enough. I think Ramsdale is fucking about, and he knows he's got that number 1 shirt. I mean, every good team always has 3 decent keepers. Maybe one of Turner's level, but another top class keeper, just in case you're in a high level game. We're back in the Champions League now, and who knows how far we'd go. Get to a semi, and Ramsdale gets injured. You telling me you're gonna be quite comfortable seeing Turner in goal? Be real with me.
But
then, in the semi of a Champions League,
and this is what I'm saying,
because nobody knows. Yeah, that could literally happen. So I think we need a top level goalkeeper to really compete for the number 1 shirt with Ramsdale, and that's where we've made a mistake. We've letting someone like Leno go, letting someone like Martinez go, because these are capable goalkeepers that could come in and deputize, and it's not too much of a gap in a gulf in quality between those 2 keepers. And Ramsdale, I just think every now and again it feels like he can fuck. Like I ain't forgotten that Southampton game.
I haven't
like,
forgotten.
Bro, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, sort your life out. You know.
And this is his first Champions League season, to be fair, as well. But the way I look at it is, personally, if you're going to buy someone like an Onana, personally, and I've good business from, even though United are as well taking years with it, I feel like that's just taking forever. the way you've got to look at it is a lot of goalkeepers don't like to be second fiddle. Top class goalkeepers like to be second fiddle. If I was Edu and if we were looking to upgrade in the goalkeeper position, we've got to look at, it's going to have to be an older goalkeeper because the Ramsdale age goalkeepers, especially if they're top class, they want to be playing regularly. It's fact. They don't want to be rotating. But like you look at City, they've done some good scouting. That Ortega fella, I think, came from Armin? It was a team in the Bundesliga. And when I've seen him play, when he got rotated into the Premier League squad at the end of the season, he looked very good. But that's because they've scouted him well, in my opinion.
Can't we go and look at someone like Mendy? You know, somebody of that, because he was good in Africa.
You need someone with
Champions going to Saudi Arabia.
But that's the thing. You need someone. If we were to get a secondary goalkeeper to go over Turner, we need someone with Champions League experience. Fact.
100%.
That's what we need. You need someone to come. Because say, for example, we're in that last boat. Like I said, if we're, I wish, in a semi-final this season, I want to be. I hope I want to be in the final this season. I want to win it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But if we do get to that point, and it is a situation where Ramsdale was out, and we do have Turner, as much as I do think Turner hasn't put a foot wrong yet, I guess you look at it in that situation. Yeah, he's not the guy I want. Would I like him to prove that people wrong? 100%. But no, he wouldn't be 100% the person I'd be comfortable with. Now, like Carl Rossi said, if we could scout properly and actually look for a goalkeeper who fits the bill, who's had that Champions League experience, that's happy to play second fiddle, or who hasn't even played Champions League football, but who's under the radar, like an Ortega for Man City, but is very solid and happy to play second fiddle, we'd be all right. But I do think we do need, if we were in that stage of the Champions League, we do need one with Champions League experience and two who's happy to play second fiddle, but also has experience in themselves and happy just to lay low. And if we need him, we need him. And I wish Emi Martinez would have been that guy, but we know he wanted to play regular football. You know, he's gone on to win a World Cup with it, and fair play to him. I think he deserved it for the amount of times. Yeah, Luca, get Jan Sommer. He's available. I think that'd be perfect.
Yeah,
Jan Sommer would be fantastic. No, good shout there, Luca. I think Jan Sommer would be a good one. I think he's now out of Bayern or whatever it is. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, Jan Sommer would be fantastic. He's got the experience, good goalkeeper. 100%. That's a great shout. But yeah.
No, I'd love it. I guess I agree with you guys to a point, but in terms of priority is really where I'm coming from on this, is where I really get a lot of motivation, because honestly, I'm fine going in with Turner and Ramsdale. I'm fine going into the season with that. Where I get nervous is that we do not have the out and out striker.
Yeah.
We do not have the guy that is going to bury 20 a season minimum. That is what Arsenal need to get over the top. Unfortunately, Gabriel Jesus is not going to be that guy. And I can guarantee you Kai Havertz isn't going to be that guy. So, like, why isn't that a priority once we start moving some folks out? Why not try to go for a striker? Why not put in a bid right now for Ivan Toney and wait until the winter for him to come over? I don't know why we are not at Brentford's doorstep right now. Hey, send him over. Here's the money. Send him over, because we need him, and he fits perfectly. We talked about this with Flawless the other day. He fits perfectly in at Arsenal, in at Man United. Like, and people are going to be in for him. So I don't care. I don't care if he bet how long his mother is going to live. I don't care about any of that. The guy is a baller. Bring him into the club now. I make it a priority to bring him into the club. Go
100%.
ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, 100%, TJ. I completely agree. I think personally, I feel like I'm going to sort of break the news out. We're not getting a striker this summer.
I know we're not, but
I know. But what I want to see, this fella, and everyone could say blah blah French league. He's proved himself. Florin Balogun has gone out to Ligue 1 last season, and he smashed it in a very mediocre Reims team. I think was he third top goal scorer last season in Ligue 1?
Third top goal scorer in the
11th. I want to see. I think when he came in, the season when he came out of the under-21s or under-23s, whatever you want to call it, and came into the first team, he played those couple of Europa League games. He got a goal or two, but he looked very unexperienced. He didn't look ready. And I completely agreed with him being loaned out last season, because I think he needed it. And he got it. And he got it right. If we don't get a striker, we have got to see that guy get regular football at Arsenal. Get rid of Edin Nketiah, and it's got to be Jesus and Balogun if we're really going to go for it. Maybe we do look at Tony in January, but if we're going to look for those first couple months, I want to see this guy get game time. And I don't want it to be just Jesus because he's got the number 9 and he played at City and he's now Mikel's boy. I like Jesus, but he's not an out-and-out striker, as we all know. He's, in my opinion, he's more of a false 9, a centre forward. He's more of a creative player. I'd probably even play him on the wing if we want more creativity. He's not the striker we want. He's better at creating the opportunities, but putting them away, he ain't fantastic, as we've seen last season. His confidence was very low. He wasn't doing very great. We've now just brought back from loan a fella who scored, 17 goals last season, 18 goals last season. He's full of confidence. He wants to get going. He's just joined a new nationality, so that means he wants to start scoring goals and playing for his country. Why is there no reason to play him? If we can't bring in a striker, in my opinion, he should be playing. He should be even starting in the striker role for pre-season. Get his confidence up. This could be a kid that we could be looking at. If we're valuing him at 50 million, imagine if he had a season in the Prem and done fantastic. Imagine if he was like Bukayo Saka, worth nothing, came from Arsenal, came from Hale End, worked his way up, and is now worth 100 to 150 million. Why can't he be? And that's why I want to see more of it. And we've even got Trossard. If we really want to play him at centre forward, which he's proven at Brighton, he can play centre forward. We don't have the 25 goal striker, which is what we all want. I want it myself. But if we really got to adapt, we can't just think, right, it's only Jesus. That's all we've got. Because we do have options. And I personally really want to see Balogun go into that team next season. If we've got him, I want to see him more.
Are we going to keep Ola? Do you think we're going to keep Flo Balogun? He's rumored to go out. It's rumored that he's in the shop window for 50 mil. I want to keep him. I want to keep him, and I want to see what he can do in the Prem. Last preseason, I mean, I agree with everything you said, Connor. Preseason, you could tell he wasn't ready. He was shocking in the preseason, which is why he went out. But Ola, my question to you is would you want to keep Flo Balogun? Or would you take the 50 mil that we're asking? And it sounds like I've been reading online that Chelsea are sniffing around.
Oh no.
So
let me start by saying his name properly. Folarin Balogun Omoya. Folarin Balogun Omoya. I know you got the American national to go in on, but really and truly, we know where it's 36 and me. Shout out to Stylebender. Yeah, we know where it's 36 and me is come from. So, listen, I like Balogun, but I just seen on the screen just now about Mbappe, and I hear the rumblings. The PSG owners, because they were interested in they were interested in Folarin. They were interested in him. They were sniffing around him in the French league. They saw what he did and they know what he's capable of. Why don't we go and test the resolve? Offer him and Edin Ketia over there. Hey, listen, I'll put Edin Ketia and some money with Balogun over there. I say, give me Mbappe. Let's see what happens. If Choupo-Moting could end up over there, you know what I mean? Who knows? You just never know, because look, I was shocked when I saw them sign Choupo-Moting over there, coming from Stoke as well, and Stoke had just been relegated.
He's now at Bayern. He's been to 2 top teams. He's gone from Stoke.
It's crazy, right? So
Bayern.
you just don't know. If you know how to sell like all these other clubs, I'm sure we could put some money, chuck these 2 players in there. We like to do Santa Claus deals every now and again, you know what I mean? Just wrap it up nicely, put it in a bow, and just give it to them and say, yo, what I know you want Mbappe to leave, and we've heard Mbappe if he come to the Premier League, Arsenal wouldn't be a bad location and a bad option for him to be at. And if those reports are true, we can dream, right? Look, this is a dream world scenario. Now I'm trying to present
dreams.
Here.
I don't think that one's coming
You
true.
know what I mean? Please wake me up when you guys are ready. But look,
oh my God!
But listen, I think if we really want to make a statement, and we really want Man City to sit up, you know, and take a look at what competition they got coming next season. And Liverpool's going to be right there with us as well, because I saw the way they picked up form towards the back end of the season. They've got those capabilities within them if they really put their mind to it. So for me, I think we need that big striker. Even Kane, all this craziness about we can't Why can't we go for Kane? This is business, bruv. You know what I mean? This is business. Go and put some money down for Kane at Tottenham.
What did somebody
got a
say
year
about
to go.
Daniel Levy? Is that he'd sell his own grandmother for the right price? He
Yeah,
said
let's
that.
bid for his grandmother too. We got win. We got win. Let's bid for his grandmother too. You know, look, I want us to go through it this season. Like how far and how long we was on top last season. That fucked me up, bruv. Like I'm still suffering from that.
Although I saw you every watch along, you were buzzing. I remember.
Bro,
you're like all of us. You're like all of us. You're buzzing, but the fact that you can see yourself raw live. I remember that Southampton game, the 3-3. And I remember seeing your face watching it, and that first minute, and it just went all deflated. And I remember the end when you obviously at the end you reacted to the match with Lee at the end. Yeah. And I just remember so deflated, like all of us, because that game was just a shambles. And yeah, I think a lot of us are still recovering from that loss. That game was shambles.
I remember doing a match reaction with Matt, Southern Gooner, and it was only 15 minutes because we were we couldn't form words. And now it literally it got to the point where I was literally just staring at Matt on a live, and he's just like, why don't you just go enjoy your weekend? And I'm like, I guess we're done here, because these are the kind of things that I'm trying to avoid, guys. These are the things that I'm trying to avoid. Especially, we're rocking and rolling on this channel now. We got 28 inside. Make sure you're smashing the like. Make sure you're subbing to the Fight Week show and TJ Warren TV. But guys, again, I just want, in what scenarios do we need to take care of that we saw last season that we have not taken care of in the transfer window yet? And that's how I'm prioritizing things.
Striker and goalkeeper for me. I think we get those two. We've done 3 midfielders. We've done 2 midfielders. We've resigned our top quality players, which we have to take into account. Being in the transfer window, we've signed Saliba. Gabriel Martinelli is just signed just towards the end of last season. Saka's just signed. Odegaard about to sign. So we're tying up a lot of good players. Gabriel Magalhaes. So all the important players, like the core part of the group that are still young, they've all been signed to a new deal. So that has to be taken into account into part of the business that we've also done in this summer. So for me, the cherry on the cake will be go and get me that big striker, go and get me a competitive goalkeeper, and all of a sudden, our spine, it's not just looking good for the first, it's looking doubly good because we've now got backups for some of the important players that that we've got in the team. The team is looking good. It's all about building our bench, because a lot of the times last season when I looked at our bench, I was deflated, bruv. You know what I mean? And people are saying another midfielder, if Smith Rowe can stay fit, it's a good option. And I know a lot of people forgotten about Smith Rowe, but it's a good option.
He's not on the U.S. roster either, by the way. Go ahead.
Probably because of his international duties that he's just done with England.
Oh yeah, I know. Okay, same reason for Turner.
Why that's the case. But really and truly, and it's flown. I heard it's flown to go and be with the team today. I heard that today. So for me, someone like Smith Rowe can bring that balance, especially with consistency, because that's what the team is going to need the most this season. Consistency. Can we keep doing it? It's part of the reason why I was so angry last season at some of the cup games that we threw away. We just didn't care about them because we were so carried away with where we was in the league. But these sort of games keeps you ticking over, keeps you sharp. Maybe you risk 1 or 2 injuries, but overall for the whole team, it keeps everybody ticking over and razor sharp for the next game and the next game. Yes. And when you're having games every 3 days, you're sharp. The mind is sharp, the body is sharp, and it's just about going out there and delivering what you can already do. So for me, consistency is key, and that's where people like Smith Rowe is going to have to step up. Stay fit, because staying fit is part of your responsibility. As much as it's not something you can control sometimes as an athlete, and I talk to a lot of athletes all the time, it's still your responsibility to be fit, to stay fit. And
Yep.
and that's one thing that Smith Rowe now has to get into his game to really take a stab at the season with this team going forward.
I agree 100%. I have here's an interesting question, actually. No, actually, I want to ask this question first, and I'm going to star Carl's question for later. Kieran Tierney. Yeah, Alla, right, Tony? Yeah, we got all the big guests on here. I'm doing the Kansas City Shuffle, by the way. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Kieran Tierney.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going anywhere. I have not heard any rumors. We are halfway into the transfer window, almost halfway into the transfer window, and we have not seen any outgoing rumors for him. I think he's staying, and I'm excited about
DJ,
it.
we haven't seen any outgoing rumors for anyone.
I think it. Come, let me have this. If all I can have is Bob, I can have this.
No,
Okay?
I agree.
That's
I
all
agree.
I'm
I
gonna
don't think he's going. I don't think he's going.
I heard rumblings about Newcastle. What happened to that rumbling?
Well,
Did he just die?
I think everybody wanted to see him go to Newcastle so he could have it like a redemption arc. Yeah. So it's what that's Connor's favorite word.
I literally watched it. I don't even know why I put myself.
I also want him to leave because I got to deal with Liga all next fucking season, man.
Ola, quickly, my bro. Listen. There's been a lot. I know we keep switching questions. I don't want to because obviously it's TJ's show, but I saw Granit Xhaka redemption. What are your thoughts on that? Because in my opinion, and again, excuse my language, we're not really monetized yet. It's like the bollocks. How did that man get a redemption? In my opinion, you can't be forgiven for what he done at home to Crystal Palace. You can't be forgiven for that. How in God's name was some of these fans saying he had a redemption arc? Please, do you agree with it or do you massively disagree with it? Because I have a funny feeling you disagree with it. The redemption arc.
It's no secret to everyone. They know me and Shaka. We have a toxic relationship. Yeah, very toxic, man. Look, Shaka's had one decent season. I'll give him one and a half maybe. Because towards the end of the season before last, he kind of came alive a little bit, and we started seeing him in some of the roles that he ended up taking up last season. But I mean, what about all the other times? Like I keep saying, one good season doesn't wash away 6.
Yeah.
Like Shaka telling us to fuck off. Like, bro, after you dash the armband on the floor, when I remember so many games when the kitchen get hot and Shaka just checks out. He just checks out on the team.
Yeah.
You know? So all those cannot, like one season, one's good season, and you didn't win nothing in that season anyways, bruv. Like, what redemption? What redemption? You didn't win fuck all. So I don't want to hear nothing about no redemption, man. Yeah, you give us one good season. Hasta la vista. Bye-bye. We'll see you later. We got some good money for you. Good, you live with my blessing, you know?
Yeah.
That's
with a lot of people's blessing.
That's where I leave it. All this redemption bollocks, I don't care for that. You know what I mean? You still an employee of the club, and as far as I'm concerned, you're a mercenary. Every single player in our squad, including Saka, they're mercenaries. Because once a good offer comes in for them, once they feel they've achieved what they need to achieve at the club, look at Declan Rice. They're all mercenaries. When the time is right for them, they will take the best deal for them and they will leave. So all this crazy attachment that people got for these players, I don't got them kind of attachments. You know what I mean? Those kind of attachment, I'm too long in the tooth for all of that bullshit.
We literally, you've been a fan of the club long enough to watch Thierry Henry leave, to watch Bergkamp leave, to watch Alexis Sanchez. I mean, I was around. I was even around.
Vieira, you name
Vieira,
it. You know?
Yeah. So it's one of those players. Yeah, real players, real legends at this club, and so seeing Granit Xhaka leave, I was like I've said on the stream several times, I celebrated. I had a great day the next day. You know, it was great. I was walking along with the biggest smile in the world. People didn't even know what my problem was. And I was like, you wouldn't know, you wouldn't get it, you wouldn't care, but I'm a very, very happy man.
But I even said it, TJ. I said it, and I think you agree with me. All these people saying we don't want him to leave, and when the video got taken of the guy taking his flag down, you know what they have around the Emirates, you know, the flags for each player. Oh, don't let him leave. Let's get him back. As soon as Declan Rice puts on that shirt and plays his first game,
they're going to forget all about him.
None of them are going to remember Granit Xhaka. Fact. I guarantee you anything. As soon as Declan Rice plays his first game, none of them comments will be filled, but he ain't Granit Xhaka, is he? See, this is all these fans are just so in the moment. Like, just fuck him off. Like, who cares? I swear to God, if I see this for Cedric, if I see this for Rob Holding, oh my days. Like, why? But where has this come from? All this love for Xhaka, where has it come from? Thank you for a good season. We didn't win anything, but cheers for doing all right. But why are we? He's gone now, so he shouldn't even be a talking point. But why is he so emotionally attached? Like, we're all here, all of us here in the chat and us on the panel. I don't think we could give a shit whether he left or not. Like, no, we do give a shit. I don't give a shit about keeping him. Sorry. Like, where did this agenda come from that we now all of a sudden just he's now the Messiah at this point? Like, you know?
I have a theory on this now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm deep in it just a little bit. I think it's like a trauma thing. I honestly do, because we didn't win shit while he was here. Well, maybe 2 FA Cups.
2 FA Cups, yeah.
2 FA Cups. Okay. And the standard for this club is what? Exactly.
You got to be competing for the Premier League.
Yeah.
You got to be
the
Champions League.
Year in and year out. So you can say that our success over the last 10 years and over the last 7 years that Xhaka has been a part of has been mediocre to dross.
Yeah.
By our standards, right? But for some of these freaking other people that are like, think that they're living in some sort of Disney movie, are like, oh, well, you know, he was the unlikely guy that got us through these so-and-so times. I'm like, he was the cause of some of these times.
Yeah, literally,
like, he was literally the problem.
Let me cast your mind back real quick, please, people. Let me quickly cast your mind back. If you remembered when we went to sign Xhaka, we were looking at Kante. They both went for the same price, by the way. Yeah. And if you compare both of their careers, the one we didn't sign,
one's won a Premier League and the Champions League.
you just gotta think, who were in charge of those deals? Like sack him yesterday. You know,
literally.
Who were in charge of those deals? And it blows my mind when people go crazy like this for Xhaka and think he's done something special. When you see someone that's done something special, go and look at Kante's career. If he was leaving, then maybe I'll feel a type of way about it, like feel sad and stuff like that. But that's not Xhaka's career. You know, that's not Xhaka's career, and I can't sit down here being sad about Xhaka leaving. You know, he didn't. In my opinion, at his time at the club, he didn't do enough. He never did enough. And you know, I'm happy to move on. You know, without Xhaka and get somebody that can really, really deliver at this club, because it's all we want as fans. As fans of this club, all you want is to see your club do well, challenge for the highest honors every season. That's what we're here for. We're not here for the journey. You know, life is not that long. You know what I mean? Like, life is not that long, bro. I'm not just here for the journey. I want to see us win things. I want to see us do great things. And we as a big club that we are, the size of a club, that's something we should be doing season in, season out. Now there's been excuses, there have been reasons, if you want to call those reasons justifications, whichever way you want to wrap it up and dice it, using the stadium, the financial fair play, all the reasons that all the top gunners could muster up. Now we're in a different mindset now, and I don't really want to see that fall off again. I don't really want to see that gap with all the other teams that we're competing with. We need to be there with Liverpool's of this world. We need to be there with the Chelsea's, their spending power, the Manchester United's, their spending power. When we're hearing that Manchester United is moving for this big player, we need to be at the table competing for those big players as well. And we haven't done that in a long time. And that's where I'm excited to see us start going to. That for me, it's the only place to be now. Moving forward, it's been too long. It's been too long. I got gray hairs on my chin, bro. The last time I saw us win a league, I was a young buck. You know, now I got that body and all these sort of things, man. It's long. It's long.
Yeah.
It's long.
It's going to be 20 years next year.
Oh, it's long, man. You know what I mean? It's long. It's long.
All right, guys, we gotta start wrapping up. This has been an incredible stream. Alla, we got to get you on. Oh, you're welcome back anytime. I'm honestly just going to shoot you the link every week. If you want to come back for this midweek show, if this time works for you, come back every single time, anytime. I want to take us out with one question that was asked by Carl Rossi. Big up Carl Rossi. Big up everybody in the chat that joined us today. It was a huge day for us, audience wise. So we really, really appreciate it. Last question, and then shout yourself out, guys. Okay. All right. Question for the panel. To you, what is Arteta's minimum expectation for next season? So, what is your minimum expectation for Mikel Arteta next season?
I'll
go for it first.
All right. For me, we've got a challenge again, and I want to see deep runs in the cup. In all the cup competitions, deep runs, and perhaps look, no one's got any divine right to win any trophy because there's a hell of a lot of clubs competing for the same things, but challenging for them, I think, is the minimum, is the very minimum any football fan can ask for. And at this point, we did that on one front last season. With the Premier League, I want to see us do it in all the cups, the domestic cups. I'm expecting quarterfinal, semi-final sort of thing, and even in Champions League, because look, getting back into the Champions League and getting knocked out in the last 16 does fuck all for me. I had that for 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get to deeper stages of this European competitions as well, and the excuse of, oh, we just got back into the Champions League. I don't want to hear that nonsense next season, man.
No,
I don't want to be hearing that nonsense. Using that as some kind of excuse.
Oh, but it was our first season back.
It's a requirement.
That's going to infuriate me. So, you know, for me, challenge for all of the silverwares that are available. And let's start with the Community Shield. I want to win that too, God damn it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to win that.
It's not a trophy. It's not a trophy, but we want to win it. We want to win everything.
It's Man City, isn't it? They'll probably be putting out. As much as we do like to banter it, the team that they'll probably put out will be Ortega as the rotation. That'll probably be it. They'll play their main team. They'll play De Bruyne. They'll play because as it stands, we are the team that's rivaling them because we did last season. As it stands right now, it might change this season. We don't know. Maybe it'll be Liverpool again. It might be Man United. But as it stands, we are the rivals of Man City as we're playing in the Premier League. So this game, as much as it is, I'm not thinking about the trophy. I'm more about thinking of the win here. Because if we beat them, we have now no excuse to go on ahead and beat them again, twice. Maybe even more in the cups this season. Yeah. That's the way I look at it personally.
Yeah. Personally. So Alla, what are you saying is minimum for him to keep his job?
For him to keep his job, like I said, perhaps win a domestic cup and challenge for the league again. And maybe win it this time. Maybe win it this time and not make, because Arteta, as much as we want to blame the players, there was a lot of in-game management problems that was going on with Arteta. I mean, you guys watch the watch-alongs, and there's times the subs it was making, some of the decisions it was making was like, what's going on here? So, I mean, how does Trossard get Player of the Month in March and doesn't see a start in April? It baffles me. And that's where we lost the league, in April. These are Arteta's decisions. So he's got to get those right. He's got to get those right. Those needs to be fixed. And for me, we've definitely got to win a domestic cup and challenge again for the Premier League and perhaps win it. All we want to do is win. It's all we want to do. And yeah, let's go out there and do it. And somebody did ask earlier on, I think it's the Assembled, shout out the Assembled. He said, you know, what are my favorite my positive thoughts on Shaka. Some of the goals he scored against United, some of them goals from way outside the box. I love when he does that against United. Everybody knows my wife is a United fan, and you know, when I just like when Shaka drops them goals from distance against me. So he's got one or two of those, and yeah, I treasure those. I like those. So if you wanted a positive thought on Shaka, there you go.
All right. Thanks, Ala. Again, shout yourself out real quick because we're gonna take it out, man. And again, thank you so much for joining us today. This is awesome.
No worries at all. Thank you very much, first of all, for having me on. I got a lot of time for you two, Connor, me and Connor. You know, we go way back. Connor was involved in putting my channel in motion with the 5 week show, and yeah, I always got time for Connor. You know what I mean? We're doing great things on my channel. We're speaking to a lot of fighters. You know, the last one that we done is now #1 contender for the middleweight champion against Israel Adesanya. We spoke to Dricus Duplessis on the channel. So if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. There's going to be crazy content building up for UFC 291 and UFC 292. We do dust up, shake down, me and Naz, CFC OG. That's another segment that we do on the 5 week show. So go and check all of those out. And if you haven't subscribed, please go and show some love. And if you have subscribed, go and show some love to some of the videos that we got on there, man. If you've seen it, go and watch it again. God damn it. Yeah. We love you. Thank you so much for all the support that I've received. It's overwhelming. And yeah, I can't say no more than that, man. Salute to everybody that shows support up until now. Big up to that.
Beautiful. Big up, Paula. Big up. Thank you again. Connor, shout yourself out, man. Take us out.
Yeah, great show. I really enjoyed it. We didn't talk much about Spurs, but that's the shocker. We had
we'll change the title. It's fine.
It was sort of like a last minute thing. We had to make it all up. Obviously, Ola's here, and what a guest you've been, Ola. Honestly, big up. Thank you so much for coming on for myself and TJ. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, cmo.editing. Like you always know, I do graphic work. So for any graphic work you need for your social medias, feel free to hit me up on there. That's cmo.editing on Instagram. The Arsenal page, I'm taking a bit of a break from for a while. It's been workload's been a bit hectic, so it's been a bit mad to juggle it. So I might be back with that soon. But yeah, Ola, thanks very much for coming on, man. And TJ, thank you for having me on as well. Obviously, a great show as normal. And big up to we've had like 20 people in there solid for the whole stream. So big up to all of you, man. I want to say this. Yeah, channel's growing, 20 people in there constantly. I think up to maybe 35, 30 at one point. So big up to all of you, man. And I hope everyone has a great evening here in the UK or in America, rest of your day as well. So yeah.
Proper clickbait. All right, Tony. I'll keep it. I'm all for the views. I'm AFTV, anything for the views, baby. All right. Again, TJ Warren TV, thank you guys so much. This has been episode 3 of the Arsenal transfer news show. Is all Arsenal talk, let's be honest. But again, we will be back Friday night 9 p.m. UK time with guests Del Boy Gunner TV and Jez Collins returns to the American Idiot Show for episode 19. I think we're gonna talk about our favorite beers. I think is gonna be the off subject. So bring your thoughts on that. I think Jez is probably going to stick to the wine. He's a wine.
Stick to the wine, yeah.
But yeah, we're going to bring our top 5 favorite beers, and we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about Arsenal, obviously, and we'll talk about everything else going on in the Premier League, in the world of football. Also, if you don't know, I am going to be doing a show with Mari over at Tottenham Away. So if you don't follow Tottenham Away, follow them now. And we're going to be doing a show called North London is Ours, which is going to be a Arsenal Spurs banter show, essentially, hosted by me and Mari from Tottenham Away. So that'll be jokes. It'll be absolutely hilarious. So go and sub to them if you haven't already. Sub to TJ Warren TV. And again, thank you guys so much for your support. And until Friday, we are out.